Hello, everyone. So, one of Chuck's students at Northeastern University, Chloe McIntosh, sent in a great question that Chuck and I are going to discuss right here in this video. And what that question is how do we pivot into ID from a parallel industry with some transferable skills? What does that look like? Is it landing a first-time job as an ID where someone was willing to give us a break? Or is it doing contract work? Or is it joining a team as an entry-level designer? And Chuck is giggling. I know you have some great answers here, Chuck.
Well, I don't know if I do or not, Chloe, but I'm going to do my best, Denise, to try to get into this because this is a very common question. So we see kind of the reverse a lot in our students. And what we see is teachers and folks that really don't have any background in instructional design or learning design or anything. They may have been subject matter experts. They may have been teachers, grade school teachers. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But the point is that they're coming from that world into instructional design. Well, it also works the other way, too. You can take all the skills that you have as an instructional designer and apply them to a lot of different fields. And as I've said many times on here, and when I do keynotes or whatever, this idea of transferable and portable skills in instructional design is probably at the top of the chart in terms of what you can do with these things. And the reason that's the case is because if you look at what we do, we are systems analysts. And once we realize we're systems analysts, you can analyze any system. You can look at work groups. You can look at production methods. You can look at HR stuff, whatever you want to look at. And if you go in with the mindset that this is a system, let me look at all the inputs. Let me see how they play together. Let's remember chaos theory. And let's see what all these do together. And what can we do as outputs for all this?
Yeah. And I mean, from my experience, I was never in an instructional designer role. I was in marketing my whole career and still am in marketing, but I was able to take some of those transferable skills, the analysis, the design featured part of it, the writing part of it. And I was able to take those skills, and with those, I was able to apply for that role at the International Masonry Institute for the advisory role and facilitator role and developer role courses. By having that experience, I used those transferable skills to be able to land that position. And it really is, I feel like it's really important when you are applying for certain, if you're looking to break in by applying for an entry-level position, say, to make sure that you're looking at the keywords that are in the job description. What are they looking for? And match that to your experience. Make sure you use those keywords and bring out those really essential roles that you played to be able to bring an organization to a better level, and make sure you're specific with those, with that wording. By what percentage did you help do X, Y, Z, whatever that transferable skill may look like.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Your personal experience with this probably reflects on a lot of people's judgment of how this particular thing rolls out. And I think what's important to remember for all of us is that let's, at the top of our list of things that we're good at, put the skills. Don't worry about putting a tag on it. Don't say, well, I'm a great instructional designer. No, you're a great systems analyst that applies this to instructional design. And I can't tell you how many of my students, and I've had literally over, 2,000 students at this point, have come back to me later and said, I changed the way I looked at the world after I learned instructional design, because I started to see how everything is connected to everything else. And if we think about what we do as a system, whether it's our families or whether it's our work or whatever it might happen to be, then we rise in the world of skill sets to other things that we can do. So yes, I'm a systems analyst, but now I do instructional design. But I can also manage very large organizations. I can also bring new products to fruition. I can do all kinds of things because I understand these connections. So my advice to anybody who's thinking about going one way or the other into instructional design or away from instructional design into something else is emphasize the skills that you have as opposed to the title you may have. And I think you're going to find great success with that.
Indeed, I agree completely as well. I've lived it and breathed it. So it works. Use those experiences to your advantage and just look for those keywords that they're looking for. What are they looking for? And make sure that you have those skill sets highlighted in your cover letter, your resume. That will really do you some service. Chloe, we hope that we answered the question. And please, anybody who has questions for us, we love that. So please feel free to connect with us. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much.